just jump into like some of the things you've been doing. I know you've been pretty busy lately. You were a guest on Wendy Williams, you did My True Crime Story, and you're like the lead in Big 50. So let's talk a little bit about that first.
Well, yes, guest hosting for Wendy Williams is just amazing. I've always wanted to do talk shows and stuff like that. I got a really great opportunity to do State of the Culture. I did that like all last year and the year before that. But and that was with Revolt. But being on like, prime daytime morning television every day, it's just a total different experience. I really enjoyed that. I think we're doing it a couple of more times before, it's officially over. My lead role in Big 50, that was just like totally unexpected, something that I've never done before. And to play somebody who is still living, and she was on the set a lot, it was just an experience in itself, and it prepared me for my role in Queens on ABC, beside Naturi Naughton and Brandy and all the great people that were working over there. So yeah, I guess I have been doing a lot.
Yeah, very, very busy, busy, but that's okay.
No, it's a wonderful thing. I don't want to be not busy. God, please don't think I'm not complaining. Like, throw it on me.
Booked and busy. We love it. So let's jump into your new platform, Chrome 23. I know you have a history in battle rap. So can you tell us a little bit more about this new platform and essentially what was the inspiration behind it?
The fact that I started in battle rap, that's part of the inspiration, but I'm just a very, very huge battle rap fan. Like, I'm thoroughly into it. I try to make it to as many battles in person that I can see. I follow it when I have to. I pay-per-view it so I can watch it. And I just felt like now's a really great time for women in hip hop in general. So to be able to bring some of my celebrity and my resources and my know-how just of the industry, my knowledge of the industry into that space and help the women that are over there probably take their career a little bit further than where it is right now. That was my motivation, to try to elevate and push the culture forward equally, because the pay is a very, very large pay gap between the men and the women in battle rap.
Touching on that, we all know the rap industry has essentially always been a male-dominated league, but people could argue that lately women have been killing it on the hip hop fronts. Like, somebody could even say they might be doing better than the men right now. So essentially, with that type of knowledge, what would you say? What can you tell us about just the history of the battle rap scene, and for those who aren't that familiar with it?
It's kind of like, the best way for me to describe it, especially to people that are not familiar with it, I try to explain to them, it's kind of like Versus. It's exactly like Versus. Everything that we love about Versus is the epitome of what battle rap is. You just take away the production, you take away the big names, and it's just the raw talent of people using their pen surgically, like, doctoring up these amazing pieces of art that become bars. Like, it's rap in its purest form. It's kind of like what hip hop started out as, the beginning, before there was big name producers and huge budget videos and all of these other things. It was just the MC and their pen and who was the best lyricist, and that's what battle rap focuses on. You have two people. It's about 3 rounds. Most of the time it's 3 rounds, 3 to 4 minutes each round, and they're just going at each other. And in the end, there's a winner, but no one picks a winner. Sort of like in Versus. No one picks a winner, but we all know who's the winner. So it's definitely a lot like that.
In your trailer, you mentioned that women are essentially running hip hop right now. So I have to ask, what are your thoughts on the current music scene, and why do you necessarily think female rap battles are needed in today's world?
I definitely feel like women are at the top of the food chain when it comes to hip hop. This is probably, I've been in the industry for 20 years, since I was in high school, and this is the most that I've seen women prevalent in the game, where they're several different ones from different regions, putting out different projects, and they all have their own fan base and their own right in their own stardom and celebrity. So I feel like now, like I said, now's a great time to try to transition that spotlight from just being on mainstream and, you know, industry artists onto women and female battle rap. But what I feel like what's missing is the variety, the different, because the people are different, but it's very subtle differences. I feel like what the women of female battle rap have and they can offer is a whole new lane of craft, of creativity that people don't know women are capable of, because we're only, you know, spoon fed a certain amount of topics, if I want to say, or you know, type of theme. Everybody's like kind of in the same vein, different, but in the same vein. This what I'm doing, you have women that are in total different pockets, but still every last one of them are great in their own right. And people see that when I drop my first card and the other events that I have planned for the rest of the year. And I think it's also going to make women in general have to step their pin game up.
Going to that, what do you have to say to people who have something negative to say about women being in battle rap, or also just what you were essentially talking about, which is like where you kind of say there's like a certain topic that everyone's talking about now. Yeah. What if they feel like they don't want to talk about the other topics? So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, that's on them. Like they'll see it. I mean, people never really believe until you show them what you're capable of doing. And there's two things people are always gonna, they're gonna always hate and they're gonna always copy. Normally they hate first, and then when they see that the hate didn't work and things are going pretty good, they copy it. So I'm not really worried about the haters or people that have anything negative to say about it, because I'm doing something that is literally, as we speak, changing people's lives. So, you know, I don't respond to ignorance, and I can't even digest it. It literally gets like right here and just bounces off of me. I don't even entertain it.
I know that's right. I know you're pretty established in the hip hop game as well. What if like your peers' response been to just this idea?
Oh my gosh, they're like super hype. I literally had to switch my venue from the original venue that I had to something that's twice as big, because I have so many people. It's a private event. I didn't even open it to the public or to the fans. It's strictly people that are battle rappers, press, and celebrities. And I've been like overwhelmed with people that like, I want to come meet +5. And I'm like, +5. So it's very, it's actually flattering to see so many of my peers supporting it and excited about it. And because if you're a rapper and if you're an industry, you know, like what it takes, and you know what it brings. It's the people that don't really know that I'm also excited about entertaining and having them see it and become, you know, part of the fan base. Like I'm pretty much trying to create a new fan base here, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far.
I like to hear that. And I know your first event is going to take place here in New York. Yes. So being that you are a New York native and this is essentially the home spot for hip hop, how does that feel?
Exactly. It feels really good because this is kind of where even battle rap I may have gotten its big start. And it's been a while since there's been any battle rap events in New York. So mine's being the first, and everybody being able to come back and just get the energy for the city. Like it's just a dope feel. You know, a lot of the big events now have been happening in LA and in Atlanta and in Miami. To have something that is so dear and so, you know, true to the city come back here is very important to me.
Are there any other big female rapper names we can expect to see make an appearance?
I know Little Kim is supposed to be coming. She's on the guest list. Trina's on the guest list. Dream Doll is on the guest list. Little Mama's on the guest list. I think Tierra Whack she's on the guest list, but I think she might have been hit yesterday and said something came up to where she might not be able to make it, but she was definitely coming. And I can't even think of this. This is just a really wide array of just rappers. Like, and then you have obviously the guys that they're excited to see the girls. I think because I feel like as women, we know what we can do. I'm really excited for some of the guys that are coming out that to show them like, see guys, it's not just me. There's a whole bunch of me's in the world.
Yeah, I'm excited to see everybody's reaction. And based on the list you just listed, it's looking like it's going to be a really good time.
It is.
So I just want to piggyback a little bit. I know you participated in the versus battle before and you mentioned it a little bit. So I just wanted to your thoughts on it.
Oh my God. First of all, that was probably the most fun that I've had in the past 3 years. You know, pandemic has had us locked in, confined, can't really go. That was the most fun that I've had in most recent years. One of the first tours that I've ever went on was with Ja Rule and Ashanti. So to like see all of them and Vita was just like really, really cool. But to also just be able to come out and we're performing, and it wasn't about just the verses. It was just about celebrating music and celebrating hip hop. And I got to perform Pun's songs because I had to stand in for Pun, which was super nerve-wracking because he's an amazing lyricist and he says all these tongue twisting things that was difficult because I thought I knew the words, but when I started practicing for the show, I was like, okay, I've been saying this wrong for the past 15 years. But it was really, really fun. And I just love what Versus with Swiss and Timbaland and, you know, that they all were able to do with the Versus and how they managed to keep the brand going, even though we're out of the pandemic.
Let me just bring it back to Chrome 23. Where can people watch this epic performance?
People can watch Chrome 23, my first card, which is called Queens Get the Money, on hot97.com. They will be live streaming it, but you will also be able to watch it on my IG Live, which is Remy Ma, the same way you would a versus battle. Like you just click on my live and voila, you're in. You can see everything that's going on all night. It's Sunday, February 27th, the live stream. And I think we're going to start when the doors open at 3. And yeah, by 5, everything should be up and rolling. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Well, I'm excited to see it. This is on Sunday?
Yeah, it's on Sunday, February 27th.
Sunday. Sounds good. This will be good. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Thank you for talking to me, Sue. I can't wait till life gets back to normal where we can actually have in-person interviews. But in the meantime, I'll set up our Zoom. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem.